Hey, what's up guys? My name is Activator and I'm here for another gear review, but today we're looking at something a little bit different than our normal kind of gear that we've looked at in this channel before. Today we're actually looking at lighting, and I actually got a product coming in over here. Now, what is it? Well, it's a light, but it's coming in from Weeylite. I don't know. I'm gonna call it Weeylite. We actually got this light sent in from them, and we're gonna go ahead and review it today. Now, I'm someone that's been working in the film industry for over a decade, man. I've worked in lighting, I've worked in camera, I've done a lot. So when it comes to lighting, I need stuff that works and can get a job done. Now, when it comes to streaming and when it comes to filmmaking, a good light will help you out, and this light could be something that is maybe right up your alley. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox this bad boy and show exactly what's in here and how powerful this new light is that was sent to me for review. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now, this is not going to be a tutorial on how to light. It's mainly just reviewing the actual fixture itself. This is called the Weeylite Ninja 300 Portable Mini Spotlight. It's 80 watts, and supposedly it might be able to be controlled with a smart app. So I got my phone here ready to try to lock on into it. Now, we're gonna do a simple unboxing here and kind of like take a look. And right off the bat, like this thing is quite a nice little case here. You got a nice soft case, but there's like some thick foam and padding in here to make it nice, as well as on the bottom you actually got these little plastic things to kind of keep it from scratching up when you have to actually set it down to open it up. So we're gonna go ahead and open this guy up, and on the inside, right off the bat, you're gonna see that there is a little net which has some gear in it. So we have a little bit of gear up here as well as everything down below, and I'll go ahead and show you guys this up in a close-up here. So when you first open this up, you do have some pamphlets and whatnot. So it looks like it came with a little warranty card. We got ourselves a nice little manual, of course, because you need a manual for everything that you got, man. Okay. Inside, you also get yourself a nice little remote. Now, I believe you can operate this from afar with this remote here. So if you needed yourself a little bit of a little distance on your light, you can't really walk up to it. A remote is a nice way to go ahead and get your light functioning the way you want. So pretty cool. This is included in case you don't have to like walk up to the light, stem it down on a stand and mess with it. Like now you can just simply click and get what you need. You get yourself a nice basic power supply here. Now this guy is an 80 watt light. This power adapter here puts out 18 volts. So, take that as you will, but essentially you need this guy to plug it in. And it seems like a pretty lengthy amount of cable here to get your light set up and running. Also inside, they got this little lampshade thing. So basically kind of like fine tunes, it's not really a snoot, but you usually see these on a lot more lights these days. I don't know, it just kind of fixates the light in one direction to make it more of a spotlight, and instead of like a big bright source that's just flooding light everywhere, this kind of spots in a little bit, but it's not really a snoot. So without further ado, we actually have our Ninja 300 right here. So pretty good, man, pretty small, considering the size of my cell phone here. You can see it's not that much bigger in terms of the size of your phone. I mean, yeah, you got the little yoke down here to mount it to a stand or hold it, and they actually sell little adapters that you can put a little like hand grip on here and be able to walk it around and shine light wherever you need it. And yeah, so here's the light itself. On the front side, you got this little protector for the actual LED itself, so you can just take that off and keep your front elements safe if you need to. So pretty cool, man. And then to go along with this, the extra accessories that actually came with this thing was a couple different things included inside my my case here. Now, I'm not sure if this comes standard or not, but it actually came with this little adapter. And what's cool about this adapter is if I go ahead and take off the safety cover of the light, I can actually mount this guy to the light itself. And now that I have this on here, I can actually mount full-size Bowens mount adapters on the front side of this. So I'm not stuck with the mini adapter. Now I can go back to full size, but keep in mind that this is plastic, although it's not too heavy or anything, so you should be okay. Also inside this case, we have a little something special. This might cater to the people who just get tired of having to go plug in their lights. This is actually a battery mount adapter. We got ourselves a little battery mount. Now, I believe this looks like a little Sony NP battery kind of situation here, and it looks like it's got a little readout display right there, as well as 2 places for your batteries. Now, this did not come with a USB Type-C connector, but What's cool about this little battery adapter is once you have your batteries on here, there's a little switch right here called in and out. Now what that means is not only is this providing power to your light, but you also can charge your batteries with this adapter. Pretty freaking cool. And then it also comes with a little cable right here that you would end up attaching here, and then the other end would go into your light itself. So we might as well just hook this up. Already it's showing 100% on the left-hand side here, and it's showing 0% on the right. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the second one. And now showing that both are at 100%. I'm gonna switch the switch to out, and now it'll show me what my total percentage is of my light when it's in use here. I could just come back here and turn on the switch here. Now the light's on. You can see it's working up there in the background. I can't believe. Guess the percentage right now. We're sitting at 3%. This is 3%. Okay, this is gonna be a bright light, I can already tell. By tapping this little M down here, or you can do it on the remote, you can actually change and swap into different scene modes. So if I change this over here, you got 3 different options. You got power, you got speed, and you got scene. Now each one of these does a little something different. Now power, I think you probably know what that means. Again, I can take this all the way up to 100%. And right now it's sitting in firework mode, which maybe this is fireworks. So, you know, big explosion, and there's the firework, and then it goes and dies down a little bit, kind of fades out on the end there. What? Oh, you're just working? No, you're not. Lie to me. Okay, so here's the weird part. I just realized this thing has an application, right? I just booted up this application and it automatically connected. I did not set this thing to connect to the light. It just connected. So that's kind of cool. You can see your different groups up here again. So I'm able to cycle through all my different groups, as well as choose to power on and off the light if I want to. Now I'm on group A, I'm on channel 1. So I can go ahead and take my light and dial it up to maybe 4%. And you can see in the top left, I can go ahead and turn on and off my light. And I didn't have to do anything. Now, this light is a single color. It's 5600. So I do have like a color temperature slider here, but it's not gonna do anything because this light is only 5600 degrees. But the brightness will do its thing. So you can see here when I cycle through, it is affecting the brightness, which is pretty neat. I can go over to scene, and now I can see all the different scenes we got. So we have this one scene called firework, and not only that, I can change from slow to fast or whatever I choose to. So we got this one called firework. We got another one called burst. Maybe that's a little bit faster explosion. So we got a little blink. It looks like a little broken bulb icon. We also got a little flame icon. Maybe that's gonna kind of, you know, toggle through kind of a flickering of a flame. Go to the next one. The next one's called filming. Now maybe this is more of a paparazzi. Now there's a little guy taking photos here as like an icon. So maybe I think it's supposed to be like paparazzi, like taking my photos, like, no, I'm too famous. TV, and that'll be maybe an emulation of a TV. So, you know, if I spin this way and I pretend like I'm watching TV. Oh, that Ray Romano. Huh. That's that guy. So now we also have one called weld. Trying to get my welding on, you know, doing my welding. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, good welding. So you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it like how, like you gotta make it believable by putting it in a believable situation. And to have all those extra scenes is gonna be mighty, mighty nice. So, you know, if I really wanted to, I could set my light here on the backhand side, walk my light away, you know, and now I got my light over there, but I'm like, you know what, maybe it's looking a little too bright. Let me go ahead and dim that guy down to maybe, let's go to 1% here. So that's looking pretty good like that. But you know what, I kind of wish I had a little bit of a flicker to it. So I'm gonna go back over to scene mode. And we're gonna go find blink. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn that brightness up a little bit. And maybe this is my light source. So pretty cool, man. This is pretty nice. And the quality of this light, just like, it feels pretty good. I mean, the CRI is really nice. If you guys are fans of CRI, supposedly has a nice CRI level. All right, what's up, dudes? We're back, and technically this is like a week later now. So I've been using this light now, this Ninja 300, and after using it on set, I actually came across some interesting things. It did everything it was supposed to do, man. It did the right brightness and everything. Everything was good, but I started to notice little things here and there. One was to do with the batteries. So I have 2 of these exact same batteries that I use to usually power my Blackmagic camera, and I ended up popping them on here because they're so strong and so good. But by the time this thing died, I would check the battery limit, or battery remaining on this thing, and one battery showed 60% and the other one showed 30%. Now that was when this thing was dead. Now, here's what I didn't know that I had to find out over time. You can still utilize this light even after the light dies. Now, hear me out. So basically I had 2 batteries in here. They were depleted, 60%, 30%. That's one weird part, right? It used one more than the other. It's strange. Anyways, but then I turned back on the light to check what was going on. I didn't know why the light died. I saw the percentages, so I turned the light back on. It turned on, but then I noticed the brightness level was set to something like 30%. I was like, what? I had this at 100%. What happened? So I was like, okay, let me just dial it up to 100. And when I did, it shut the light off again. So it's trying to automatically, when you turn it back on, dial your light to its like most intense that it can be almost before it wants to die again. Just something to keep in mind that as you're utilizing this guy, it's not going to run your batteries all the way to the end and then shut off when they're dead. It's going to keep drawing power from the batteries, and slowly your lights are just not going to work anymore at full intensity. Just make sure you have extra batteries on hand and swap these out as needed. With the app, I noticed that if I was controlling this via app and I got out of the app and I closed my phone, put my phone on my pocket, did a little bit of a scene or a shot or something like that, if I open up my phone and happen to go into the app, the light would turn off and turn back on. It would flicker. It would do something. You know, I was in the middle of a take and I happened to open up my phone to check something because I had a locked off camera at this point, and I noticed the light turned off and then came back on. Just keep that in mind. If you are utilizing this thing, you're in the app, you close your phone, you put it in your pocket, you reopen your phone, it may turn off and on the light. And yeah, so that was kind of an annoying thing that happened while I was shooting. One other thing that I forgot about here, the little teeth on this guy. Now, it may not be an issue, but I'm not sure that it's the best thing to do here. So basically, the locking mechanism to, you know, tilt up and down your light, there's a rubber gasket in between the teeth. It's teeth interlocking with teeth to keep this thing still, but there's a rubber gasket in between these. Now, here's what I foresee happening later on, years down the line, is when you're tightening this thing, you kind of find a sweet spot to where you can still move it, but it's like kind of in a stuck position. But if you're doing that enough, you're going to start to wear down that gasket, that little rubber gasket right there, and pretty much at some point, this thing's going to break off, that little tiny rubber gasket, and then you're going to be stuck with teeth on teeth. But the actual screw doesn't sink these teeth into each other perfectly. There's a little bit of extra, so I think if you actually were to cram down on this without the gasket, the screw, the thread of this thing is going to go into the light itself and start to maybe damage some of the stuff on the inside of this light. Now, I can't see on the inside of this light, so I can't see exactly what I'd be screwing into, but it looks like maybe it would be near the heat sink. I don't know, maybe somewhere down the line, I just replaced that with a washer and I'm probably fine. Lastly, now this last thing is kind of interesting. You know, and some lights have this, some lights don't, but it's like the light uniform, the uniformity, is that a word? Anyways, so basically when you turn this light on, there's a hot spot in the center of the light, and then it kind of fades out to the outer edges. So just keep that in mind. It is not the consistency of the light across your circle of light is kind of dim on the sides, and then it gets to a hotter point in the center. Now, I thought maybe that had to do with the this little guy here, so I ended up popping this off and I tested it again, and I can still somewhat see it. It's not perfect, but the outer edges of the circle of light on a wall, and I did a couple tests here so you guys can see, it was okay. It was fine. It was uniform. It still faded off to the sides, but it was harder to tell when you pull off the little shade here, the little, you know, thing. So just when you're utilizing this thing, or in any other sort of situations you put on the front of this guy, know that there's going to be a little bit of a hot spot in the center. Well, that's it. That's his whole video, and that's the update. So yeah, great light. I appreciate Viltrox and Weeylite for sending this out to me. It's cool. I'm very impressed with the light, and being able to have, like, you know, something like this with me at any time I want. Super nice, man. You know, working on smaller productions and whatnot, this could be great. Great little addition to have on the side. Maybe an eye light, maybe a little fill light, maybe your main key light. Man, it's bright enough to do that. So huge shout out again to Viltrox. I appreciate you guys sending this light over. Phenomenal light. This light goes for about $170, so you might be able to find it on their website as well as maybe on Amazon, so go check out. I'll put some links down below if you guys are looking to get this light. It's pretty great, man. There's a lot of lights that imitate this style of light out there for around the same price tag that don't do nearly as many features as this thing does. This is turning out to be an hour-long video right now. I kind of just went through and all these manuals and whatnot. So anyway, it's all besides the point. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Stay awesome. You are awesome. I'll catch you on the next video. We got more reviews down the line. And yeah, check out this light from Viltrox called the Weeylite Ninja 300 Portable Mini Spotlight. And it's an 80 watt. Use an app, use a remote. Super easy. simple, gets the job done. You don't want to sit there and fuss around with stuff. You want something that gets in on set and just works. That's this guy. All right, take care. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. Like and sub. Links down below for all my sponsors and links to this thing. And thank you guys again for watching. All right, I'll catch you next time. All right.